Check Squad, how's everybody doing today on this wonderful, wonderful Sunday? I hope all is well, and I hope you're making it happen for yourself. You got to make it happen for yourself. I don't know if I got technical difficulties or not, but we'll see. Anyway, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Very important that you do that. All of my social media stuff is down in the description box, as well as my email and my Cash App. And like I always tell you guys, I welcome the emails, okay? And the Cash Apps. Let me get right into it, y'all. Let me get my notes here. My commentary today is on, what is today? No. Is on, the 4 people that went to Mexico, right? First of all, again, my condolences, right? But the more I read up on this, the more I just think with my own brain, right? That wasn't for a BBL. It don't make no kind of sense. No kind of sense, no kind of way, right? And then as I find out more about them, they all have a prior drug history, right? I want to know if they were just sitting around in the living room, you know, smoking weed or drinking a drink or reading the Bible or whatever they was doing, right? And somebody said, you know what? We need to go down here and handle some business, right? Now, for those of you, I was wondering, Jackie, what kind of business is you talking about, right? I'm going to leave it to your imagination of the business that they was handling, because I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm just speculating at the right now. That's what I'm doing, right? Because I know for a fact when you go get a BBL, that there's a lot of discomfort that goes with that. A lot of discomfort, right? Beauty is pain. Beauty is pain. It's a lot of discomfort. So, first of all, you have to stay off of your bottom. You have to stay off that, right? And you have to put a pillow on your stomach, right? You cannot ride in a car for 20 hours after a BBL. That is medically foolish, okay? It don't make sense to do that, right? Now, like I said, when I first heard the story, I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But I know that you can't do that. And then, after the BBL, you probably want silence. Who wants to ride in a car with 3 dudes who don't understand BBL? Because y'all know men don't understand BBLs at all, right? Now, there are some men who, you know, they pay for them and all like that. But most men, average man, when you talk about above average in the money, average man don't condone BBLs, right? Everybody wants you to be natural and all this and all that. Now, let's say if it was and it is, but men don't do that. If it was something to increase your penis, they would all run down to wherever they at and do that, right? Even though they do have that, but dudes ain't doing that, right? So they went down there on an escapade. I'm using my nephew word. They went down there on an escapade, right? And it went wrong. Now, if you use your brain, right? If you use your brain, you know where you're going when you're in another country, especially a country that is as violent as Mexico. Now, you know, people say they go to Cabo, Tulum, and what is some other place? What other place I can't think of right now? Is it San Juan? I don't know. Some other places that people resort areas. I ain't going to none of them, just in case I misstep or missay or the car going the wrong direction. I wouldn't take a chance like that. There's plenty other beautiful places to be than Mexico, right? So they go down there and mayhem. You know, they get involved in the situation, right? Now, like I said, they said that they was shot at first. See, they was somewhere they ain't got no business. Listen, everybody know in every part of the world, every country, every city, every little situation, there are places, I don't care how beautiful they look, that there's some places you just don't go. If you ain't got no business over there, don't go over there. You know, when we was raised, when we was growing up, your grandmama, your auntie, your big cousin, somebody said, don't go over there. You ain't got no business over there. Don't go over there. That was that situation. Don't go over there. You ain't got no business over there, right? It's sad. It's horrific that those two men lost their lives, right? But in my opinion, they went on a dummy mission. That was what you call a dummy mission, right? Had no business over there. Then they didn't get a signal. Like, nobody thought this through. Nobody thought this through, right? I guess they had never been. Didn't know. Ain't look at the news. Like, it's really important to look at the news because it's real life situations going on outside your little city or your little house or where you at. It's real, like, got to check out the world news. It's only once a week. That way you know that it's bedlam going on, chaos and craziness over there in Mexico, right? And to think it through. And it's sad, the turn of events is very sad and very tragic, right? Those people have to, first of all, the surviving to have to live with the consequences of their actions forever, right? Then you got to explain to your mama now and your auntie now, why did you take your little dumbasses over there, right? And now they got to bury these folks, and it's going to be a lifelong trauma, hurt, pain, right? All because I think that somebody wanted to be Nino Brown, right? Everything ain't for everybody, right? And you got to know where you're going when you go. Got to know where you're going when you go, right? They went over there. And I just could only imagine the woman, because they didn't kill her, they didn't hurt her. Well, they didn't. We don't know if they hurt her or not. She's hurt here, but physically hurt her, right? Which when it was going on, I said, they're not going to hurt her, right? She's a girl, she's no threat. They're not going to hurt her, right? But they, again, like I told y'all before, they shot the one guy twice in one leg and once in the other. They was over there getting tortured. That's what I'm saying, traumatized, right? And the whole BBL story, like, who drives to the BBL? Who drives to Mexico? I ain't never in my life, unless you live in Texas, I ain't never heard nobody driving to why would you drive 20 hours anywhere? Why would you drive 20 hours anywhere? Unless whatever you thought you was going to get, you couldn't bring back on the plane. Make it make sense, right? So sad. And so stupid at the same time, right? Any of their family members are listening, my condolences. I'm not making fun of. I'm just saying, let this be a cautionary tale. Don't go nowhere you ain't got no business going. In case your mama and them didn't tell you when you was growing up, which I know that they did, it still applies throughout your whole life. Don't go messing around over there when you ain't got no business. You taught that as a kid. I know that was taught in all black homes. Don't go over there. You ain't got no business over there. Don't fool around over there. That ain't your business. That ain't. Let me tell you, I just had a conversation with my daughter. We was talking about something. Ain't had nothing to do with none of this. And I was telling her about something I had researched in my investigation. And she said, that ain't your business. That ain't your business. Okay? That's something I taught her that she had to replay back to me. All right? Listen, don't go to Mexico. Not even to visit. There's other resorts and nice places. Go to Jamaica. Go to Hawaii. Go to Hawaii's part of the United States. Reggae is too, I think. Go to Florida. You just want it sunny and nice. Go down to Florida somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Go somewhere safe. Quit going. I read the other day that a whole cruise, I want to say it was Princess, but I ain't quite sure. Whole cruise ship got sick over there in Mexico. Everybody on the cruise ship got sick, and they tested. I haven't researched to see what it was. Some sort of bacteria. Something. Everybody on the cruise ship got sick. They said it was, what is it called? I forgot what they call it. It's something to do with when you're on a cruise, because they're in tight quarters and stuff, and it's a illness, something like stomach flu or something, but they got a name for it, right? Specifically for when you're on a cruise, okay? Quit fooling around over there. They don't want you. Well, now, here's the part. The cartel or somebody, the Mexican government, come up with these 5 guys who they say was involved. I frankly don't believe it. They're just they're the chosen ones. They're just taking one for the team, right? Because what I read is that they get over 250 million in tourist money, right? So if we stop going over there, then they ultimately lose income, right? They lose money, they lose their livelihood, except for the drug mess that's going on over there, right? And they ain't sharing that with the regular folks. They ain't sharing that with the government, right? So they up these people with an apology. Now, when has the cartel apologized? You know, when I see this, I said, nah, are they playing in our face? Are they playing in our face? Like I don't know what to think about that. Is that real? Did they? You know, they didn't. Cartel apologizing? I don't know, but killers and mass murderers and serial killers apologize. I don't know. Maybe they do. I don't know. Right? They haven't been obeying the what they call the federales all this time. So now they come with an apology. And you think the apology is enough for what all you did? You killed some folks. 2 of them. And damaged the other 2. They forever traumatized and damaged and psychologically messed up, right? For all that whatever they went through. And they went through it quickly because they went over there. They was missing a day. What was happening? They was kidnapped for a day or 2 or something. It wasn't long. But whatever went on, it was horrible. And they got to live with that, right? Listen, I'm going to say it one more time. Stay out of Mexico. Stay out of there. They don't want you. Stay out of Mexico, okay? Again, my condolences to the families of the people that lost their lives, as well as the other 2 that were hurt. You know what I'm saying? And kidnapped. That's. Can you just imagine somebody kidnap you? First of all, you lost. You disoriented. You lost. You, oh my God, you panicking. Because I panic if I get lost right here, right? If the GPS stopped working, or, you know, sometimes the GPS can send you around in circles, which I think is what happened to them, right? And it'll spin you. It'll go out. There's no signal, right? And then somebody shoot at you. You confused and you lost. Then you get shot at. Oh my God, what is going on, right? And then they kidnap you. They put you in trunks or back of trucks and all that, right? Then you don't know if you're going to live or die. Then they let you go. And the people 2 of the people you came with is not here no more. That's horrible. That's tragic, right? Listen. Quit doing stuff you ain't got no business, first of all. Stop that. And then don't go nowhere with that. Don't go over there. Stay from over there. Stay from over there, right? You know, let me tell y'all something. When I lived in Charlotte, there was a lot of Mexicans, right? There's a lot of Mexicans in the South. I see that now, right? But it was my first time seeing them in big amounts when I was in Charlotte. They was all in my apartment complex. They was all over. They was everywhere, right? And then I noticed, I had worked with a Mexican guy a long time ago. He was a very hard worker. That's when I knew they work hard. They work hard. They're happy to be in the States. They're going to do whatever it takes. They're hard-working people, right? But what I also noticed is I don't think they like us. Don't think they like us, right? I know when I moved, I had a pods, right? And when the pods, I lived in a complex, and I lived at the narrow end, which I didn't know when I didn't pay any attention when I got my townhouse, right? I didn't realize that where I lived, the parking lot I was at the end. I didn't realize the parking space, right? Okay, so the pods guy come. The neighbors who were Mexican refused to move their cars so that the pods guy could come and we could properly, you know, bring our stuff in the house, right? That was number 1. They wouldn't move. And then the wife, I called the office and said, listen, I gotta get moved in, right? The wife of one of them, I'm gonna say she was the wife, came out and moved, but they didn't give us enough space. So we were not in front of my door, we was down some, right? Even though my son and his friends were young men, they could move all the stuff, wasn't no problem. But that was the first thing. And then I noticed that they would block me in a lot. That was a problem, right? I would have to take pictures and send it to the office. And she was Mexican, so those were some people, I need you to talk to these people before I act out, right? And that went on for a while until they moved. They eventually moved 6 months in. I was only there for a year. They moved, right? But it was a lot of them living in one house, and they never spoke. Now, there was one couple, I should take that back, who appeared to be nice. But for the most part, They not that friendly towards us. They not that friendly, right? But they all down. Now they down here. They working hard. They a Mexican guy does my landscaping, right? Him and his wife, they work together. But I just don't think they care for us. Don't think they care for us. They're different, even though they're all Latina, I believe. I don't want to misspeak. But, you know, Puerto Ricans they love us. You know that. They love us, right? Mexicans, not so much, right? And if I misspoke, and I'm sorry. But that's been my experience. When I'm talking about something, I'm talking about my experience. I ain't talking about what nobody told me, what I heard. I'm talking about what I have experienced. I only talk about what I have experienced, right? So anyway, y'all, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you watch this, going live, I probably won't have to upload this before I go live. But anyway, everybody have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday evening.